Have you ever asked someone to do something and they just didn't do it? It doesn't feel great, does it? What did Jesus ask you to do as his disciple? Go make disciples. Good morning and welcome to 755 Live, spring break version. We're out on the road today. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about easy to remember soundbite versions of what Jesus said. And the point is to help you experience life to the fullest the Jesus way. Today's Jesus said comes from Matthew 28:19. We're going to actually read verses 19 through 20. Just as a kind of some context here, in verse 18, Jesus had said, "All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Therefore, go," and this is what he said to do. "Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations," or all people, "baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And remember, I am with you always to the ends of the age." So Jesus had all authority. He said, "Therefore, go make disciples." Well, what does go mean? It sounds like a silly question, but based on how we often ignore these simple instructions, maybe not. This wasn't some empty command. We have all been given both the authority and the power to do exactly what Jesus said. Go make disciples. And after an exhaustive study of the original meaning and context here, I've come to this amazing conclusion that go doesn't actually mean don't go. Why don't we actually obey this clear command? Somehow this seems to have become an optional part of following Jesus. And to really understand this, maybe it's because we've wimped out on what a disciple really is. Jesus made disciples. And what did those disciples do? They obeyed his commands and made disciple makers. We see evidence of that in Acts 2 as the Lord added to the church daily. Did you get that? Daily, not once a week, but every single day. Why don't we see that? Jesus didn't disciple the crowd. Thousands showed up for the miracles, the free food, and the great stories. But Jesus poured the truth of God's kingdom into a dozen ordinary men that would change the world. He did life with them, and they learned to do what he did as his apprentices. So who are we doing life with and training? Who are the disciples we are making? For too long, I counted the crowd as disciples, but I wasn't actively myself going daily to make disciple makers. We have to really accept that a disciple is a disciple maker and settle for nothing less. That's the only metric of success that really matters, that we should be measuring. Jesus never said plant churches, build buildings, form organizations, change politics. None of these things are bad in and of themselves, but are we making disciple makers? Imagine that Jesus said, "Go make pepperoni pizza," and gave us the recipe for that. And what if we spent all of our time analyzing the recipe and trying to make it easier to follow? What if we made chicken Alfredo pizza because it was more popular? Or what if we built pizza places where no one actually really made or served pizza, but just collected all the supplies that were in the recipe? Had Jesus said, "Make pepperoni pizza," that's what we should be making. And it would be easy to see if we were actually doing it. Well, Jesus said, "Go make disciples of all the nations, of all people types." And the proof is in the pizza. Where are the disciples making disciple makers? We have no business spending all of our time trying to fix the evil in the world if we aren't even obeying what Jesus said. Go make disciples. How can you put that into action today? Well, it starts with that one simple command. Go. How can we do that? Who can you reach? Who can you spread the good news to? If you would like to learn how to become a disciple maker, I would love to connect with you. Just send a message or comment here. Thank you so much for listening today. If this is meaningful to you, it would really mean a lot to me if you like it, if you share it and comment. I really appreciate all of the support. Appreciate you. Have an amazing day, and I hope this time together has helped you live life to the fullest the Jesus way. And remember, follow Jesus today. Love first.